We are living in the worst time in history. A time where people just don't care. A time where no matter how good you are as a person, people seem to always want to find the negative side. The people you try to be friendly to switch up. And you go through this all the time. You go through this so much so that you just don't care no more. Some of you I'm just going to stay to myself, stay out of the way. I don't need no friends. But what's crazy is that it wasn't meant for us to be alone, because we're social people. But the times in which we live, it's like we have no choice. It's like you're a social person, you like being outgoing, you like interacting with people. But because of the way society is it worth it? We got to protect our peace. We got to protect our mental health. But it's difficult. We are truly living in the worst time in history, where fake friends are all around us. You don't even know who's who anymore. You don't even know who your family is anymore. They don't even call you. They don't even check in to see if you're alive. But when they got issues going on in their life, they expect you to help them. But when you're going through what you're going through and you reach out to people, nobody's there. Nobody's there. It's a dark day. A very, very dark time. But there's light at the end of the tunnel. Just got to stay focused. Got to endure. Got to have long suffering and be positive, even when everybody around you is negative. A lot of you are literally around negative people all day long. And sometimes you ask yourself, why am I here, man? It's like everybody around me is negative. Nobody smiles anymore. Nobody's happy for anyone no more. They just don't care no more. And this is why I'm always reminiscing on the past when things were easier. It's like life was better. Not saying that life cannot be better today. Thing is that we're living in the worst time in history. And a lot of people are in denial about that. A lot of people are being fake. That's the kind of world we're living in right now. That's one of the issues that I got with society, is that people are so fake that they will act nice for certain people and then treat everybody else with disrespect. And it's very discouraging. And this is why I try my best to encourage you to keep the faith, stay strong, despite all of the madness that's going on around you, because you know exactly what's going on. As soon as you get up in the morning, the madness begins. You get up, got to get ready for work. Can't find your keys. Clock is ticking, you're getting late. You finally found the keys. You jump in your car, now you're battling traffic. Somebody cut you off, nearly hit your car, nearly caused a crash accident. You get to work right in the nick of time. But as soon as you walk in, here comes your supervisor. already you just need to just relax, because it's like you just started your day and already the nonsense began. The crazy supervisor, the fake friends, the crazy co-workers, you're dealing with that, plus you're dealing with the issues of life. Plus you're dealing with family drama, family gossip, people talking about you. All these different things is happening simultaneously while you're trying to protect your peace. We never dealt with these type of things back in the day. We didn't have a care in the world back in the day. We didn't worry about fake friends. We didn't worry about people talking about us. We didn't worry about none of these different things. It wasn't even on our mind. We had real, genuine friends. And even if they weren't your best friend, we knew everybody in the neighborhood because we grew up together. And I think that those friendships, the reason why they were so strong and you all looked out for one another is because you were raised together. Today, we don't have that. Today, we don't know people, man. We really don't know the people that are around us. And it's like, it's difficult to trust people in today's day. This is why dating is so bad. Because everybody's fake. It's like, there was a time, guys, when you could meet a young lady and it wasn't no issue about where you're taking me. A young lady would just be happy to sit down in the park together and hold hands. Something as simple as sitting in the park, a nice day, holding hands, and just sit down and just talk and enjoy each other's company. Take a walk in the park, sit down by the lake and just relax together. You put your arm around her and she just feel the warmth. And she felt good about that. You remember that, guys? When you would have a young lady that you were interested in and you'll go out of your way to buy her some flowers. And you had it all planned out. You picked everything. You knew exactly what it was. You got a little card. It wasn't Valentine's Day. It wasn't none of these different days. This was something that you did out of the blue, from your heart. From your heart as a man, this is what you've done. And when you presented these gifts to this young lady, she embraced you. She smiled, and her smile was priceless because you knew that she genuinely appreciated what you did. And it was those type of times, man, that really made us understand love, understand what women need, and women understood what we needed. They understood that when a man go out of his way to make a woman happy, when a man go out of his way to do something good, it's to show her that he really cares, because he's exercising this action, which is his love language. Most of us was developing our love language from our teen years. Now everything is fake. Now you go buy a woman a card, she look at that as, what is that? You go get her some flowers, she's like, what are you trying to get from me? And it's like, it get to the point now where it's like, you can't even express how you feel anymore because you're just wasting your time. And a lot of guys been expressing themselves to women, and in return, these men got nothing but rejection. Then you have a lot of you ladies that you got with this particular guy, you've been really feeling him, and you decided to do something nice for him, and he wasn't appreciative of it. He was not appreciative of what you done. You went out of your way to do that. You know, it's not even about the money. You did it because you wanted to make him happy. You felt doing something special was going to really seal the deal. And when you did it, it's almost as if though he didn't even care. And it's like, do this guy even like you? Like, what you did was monumental, but for some reason in his mind, he don't see it that way. And it discouraged you. And you realize he's fake. A lot of people are fake, man. A lot of you are learning the hard way on who's fake. A lot of you are learning that the relationship that you may be in is fake. Because the energy you put into the relationship, it's not being reciprocated back to you. It don't make no sense as a man or a woman that you are putting your all into a relationship, dedicated to the relationship. Your time, your energy is invested, and the person whom you're with is not reciprocating that energy back to you. That's criminal. That's offensive. To be the only one in the relationship bringing forth your energy, your love, your creativity, and everything else that you do, and your partner sits back as if though they're entitled to this. They don't even understand that there's a responsibility for both of us to reciprocate the same love and energy back towards one another. If only one person is doing it, it's going to be a problem, because you're going to end up feeling alone. You're going to end up feeling used, betrayed. And this is why in today's day, we have a lot of people falling out, a lot of people crashing out. A lot of friendships are ending over money, clout, over jealousy. And it's because a lot of people are fake. We living in the worst time in history, guys. A time where people are never happy for people who are pursuing their goals. How many of you have been pursuing your goals, and now that things are starting to pop, now that you're finally seeing doors open, all of a sudden, everybody that said they were your friend disappeared. Not only did they disappear, but they don't support you. And sometimes you think, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I said something wrong to them. No, you ain't do nothing wrong. You ain't do nothing to them that's wrong. What you did is you empowered yourself. You began to elevate because you stimulated your mind with knowledge and understanding on what you need to do in terms of your goals. And you decided to put boots on ground and put some action behind those promises you've been making. And once you did that, you started to see the results. And when your friends and your family, because we know we have a lot of family that don't like us, when they saw you making progress, that irritated them. Your progress irritated the demons that were in them. People don't like to see people happy. I am convinced that people don't like good news about you. When they hear that there's good news about you, they get upset. They're never happy. A lot of you even learn this the hard way by telling a friend about some good things happening in your life, and you kind of sat back and monitored what they were doing and how they would respond, and you noticed that they weren't even happy for you. I mean, the news you gave them was great news, worthy of their attention, worthy of their support, but for whatever reason, they were froze. They were like, they just act like you weren't there. They act like if your dreams and goals didn't matter. And that should speak volumes to you when the people that are around you are not supportive of your goals, not supportive of your dreams and your ambitions, but yet you're in support of them. That's a one-way street. That means you wasting your energy. We are truly living in the worst time in history. We got dating issues, family issues, friend issues. And again, we're social by nature. By nature, we are a social people. So you're supposed to be socializing with your family, your friends. But in today's culture, man, it's like there's so much fake people that it's difficult to know what's real. Because people will act nice to certain people while others will be mean to you. I seen a video. I may do a reaction to it, but I seen a video that showed a black woman, right? She's pretty, nice looking, but she has an infirmity. She has an issue with her body. And it's like one of her arms is deformed due to some sort of issue at birth, and it was not grown in like a regular arm. When I saw this particular woman, I decided to read the comments because I wanted to see the truth. And what I saw was shocking. Everybody was praising her. Everybody was telling her how beautiful she is, how confident she is. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here to judge her or her condition. I'm trying to evaluate the situation to see if it applies also to men. In the comments, everybody was praising her, telling her how wonderful she looked, telling her stuff like, "You're still beautiful. It doesn't matter. I don't even see it. I just see a beautiful woman." And they were filling up her ego, praising her, putting her up on cloud 9. And one thing that stood out to me was they were being fake. All of the guys were thirsty. "I'll marry you. I'll do this. I'll marry you." And I'm looking at all these comments, and I'm not saying that some of those comments may not be truthful or from the heart. But what I wanted to know is, if that was a man and he had the same issue like that woman, would he get the love? Would he be called handsome? Would he be praised? Or will they look at him and ignore him? And I asked a question in the comment section. I said, how many of you ladies would date a guy that had the very same condition? Nobody answered, which tells me they were being fake. If you praise the woman, why you ain't praising the man? Why ladies are not lining up to get with the man? Because deep down inside, they don't want to offend nobody. They don't want to say nothing, because we live in a society, guys, where people are fake. Fake friends, fake compliments, fake everything, you name it. And I'm not saying that the woman is unattractive. That's not the topic. The topic is she got special treatment because people felt sorry for her. So a lot of times in life, people will appear like they're being nice, but they're only doing it because they feel sorry for you. They're being fake, man. I would rather you just tell me the truth than be fake. Because when you're fake, you'll eventually be found out, because one of these days you're going to be in a situation where it's just going to be you and me, and you're going to have the tough decision to do something. And if you don't do it, everybody's going to know that you were being fake the whole time. We are truly living in the worst time in history. A time in which people look down on you. because you want to be different. Because you chose not to go with the herd. You chose not to go down the path everybody else is going down. They turned against you. And it's frustrating because a lot of these people you knew. A lot of them you were cool with. And they decided to turn their backs on you when you needed them most. That's the difficult part. Because with most of us, we'll be going through something and we won't call nobody. We'll just kind of just go through and hope that things will get better. You know, we don't want to burden anyone with our sob stories. You know, and the truth is, when you finally meet someone and you try to share your story with them, they end up talking about you behind your back. Now everybody know about your secrets. You basically was trying to look at this person as a clean-cut person of truth. And the whole time, man, they did you dirty, man. They should have never did that to you. They should have never aired you out that way, but that's social media for you. It's fake. It's a lot of people that's fake, man. It's very, very frustrating. Very frustrating to see how anytime you're trying to better yourself, it's like people always want to bring you back down. They never uplift you. They never want to give you an encouraging word. It's always something to make you think negative, to make you become suspicious of other people. We are truly living in the worst time in history. I had a person that questioned my title. It was like, why do you keep saying we in the worst time in history? This is not the worst time. And I'm like, maybe you haven't been living long enough to make that decision and make that point that we're living in the worst time in history. Because we should be growing as a people. We should be building as a people. But we're not building anything. The only thing we're building is more debt, more bills, more wicked friendships, unholy alliances, you name it. It's very frustrating, man. How people can be so cruel. It really, really is painful. The amount of people that suffer in silence, don't have nobody to talk to. That's a place where you don't want to be. That's why it's always good to have a friend, someone close that you can actually communicate and share your issues with, because who else are you going to share your issues with? Who else? You know? And it just makes things worse when you put your trust in people and then they just turn you down. They just turn you down, man. How many of you needed someone? And right when you needed them most, and you reached out on the phone, they decided to tell you no. After the many times you helped them, they decided to tell you no. And what that does to you, it makes you become bitter. It makes you become bitter because it's like, I'm always here for others. Why can't they be here for me? Is that so much hard to ask? I mean, I ain't saying you got to do everything all the time, but can we look out for one another as friends, as family? Family used to look out for people. Now they don't. They don't even care no more. I said 1,000 times, guys, your family is more likely to bury you under the ground and raise money for your funeral costs just so they could put your ASS underground, when all they had to do is pretty much support the goal that you had, support the vision you had. But no, they rather put the money to bury you. That gotta hurt the most, man, is that you reached out to your family for financial support to start the business. They didn't want to give you $1, but you mysteriously died. Then your family came together and raised 10,000. If only you had that 10,000, you could have did what you needed to do and get on track. They don't care. No one cares, guys. That's the thing about today. No one cares. The only time they care is when somebody touch their belonging. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here. Take care of some business. I'll be back with more content. It's crazy, man. This world is really fake. It's so fake, man. We are living in the worst time in history where you can't even holler at a woman, bro. Because now she's gonna say you're weird, you're misogynistic, you're a creep. This is why a lot of men don't even talk to women no more. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Y'all stay safe, man. Stay safe out there, guys. So that being said, I'm out. Peace.